Hi, Aries. This is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamolen, Psychic Medium. Welcome to a timeless love reading. This reading is for my twin flames. We're going to ask Spirit about a twin flame connection that you may be in or may be coming into your life. Some guidance about this very specific type of connection, anything that Spirit wants to share with me about their feelings or what is going on or where this connection is headed. So welcome to anyone that is new. Welcome all of my new Aries. I am a psychic medium. I'm a professional intuitive and intuitive love and life coach. And my YouTube channel, I do adore, but I do work as a full-time professional intuitive. So I hope you enjoy your guidance. And if you do, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Welcome back to all my Aries. Let's see what Spirit has for us today. Let's see where we're going. Spirit, I'm here with my Aries. If you could please share with me any messages of guidance that you have. Any messages of guidance that you have. Have fun, a party, lighten up, have fun in this connection. I don't know. Part of me felt like I'm meeting somebody at a party. That came in a little bit that way also. I have abundance, self-employed. I have business plans. I'm a fighter. It's like one of those fighting fishes, right? I don't know what they're technically called, beta fish, but they're fighting fish and they're gorgeous. So they're saying that almost a sense of you fight for what you want, you fight for what you feel like you deserve, and this abundance flows into you. I have knowledge. You're learning about yourself. You're learning about this connection, learning about them. Maybe you're very smart. They're very smart. And I have bright ideas, creative. You're on to something. Now, something is coming into me as now twin flames have a tendency to be, of course, mirror images of each other. They have amazing synergy. So they love to be together all the time, Spirit said. So they could create something together. They could create a business together. They could work together. They could have an idea that they want to create a certain lifestyle together. Like, hey, I've always wanted to own a bed and breakfast, or I've always wanted to buy houses, renovate them and flip them, something like that. So twin flames have a tendency to have those kind of connections where the two of them together are so powerful, so amazing, and they feed off of each other. So that's one of the advantages to finding your twin. Let's see what the cards are saying today for my Aries. Let's see. What do we got? We've got some bright ideas. I actually love this energy because it's so empowering to me, and being in a healthy, happy relationship makes you become the best that you could be, right? So I love this. I love the energy of this person maybe makes you feel amazing. A magician. Yeah, we can work magic together. Absolutely. Wheel of Fortune. There we go. A luck. Abundance is flowing into us both. I have the Sun. It's a new beginning. Here we go. And I have a Seven of Wands. Okay. So it could be somebody that, right, not even just a brand new beginning. It could even be right from the start. I felt I was lucky to have you. Right from the start, I felt like it was magical. I'm not giving up on this connection. I wouldn't even think to walk away from this kind of a connection is how it's coming into me right now. So somebody feels really lucky they're with you. I have maybe my life. I'm going to get some clarification on that for a second. Yeah. My life before I met you was probably I'm going to say not very difficult, but had more challenges. And now that like you're in my life, it's just easier. I don't know what it is. Like I can put out the fires easier. I have somebody to rely on. I have somebody to bounce ideas off of. I'm not alone, Spirit just said. So you've opened up this whole world of just making their life easier, your life easier. And that's why we want to be in a healthy relationship, right? I have a Knight of Cups. Yeah, I've never felt like this for anyone, right? So here comes my Knight charging in. And it's like from the moment I met you, it's almost like my heart skipped a beat just happened, like I just felt like, the answer to my prayers, Spirit just said. This person has come into your life or is coming into your life. If they haven't come into your life, I have an Ace of Pentacles. So it could be any day now. I feel lucky. I feel abundance. So there's a lot of energy around. From the moment I meet you, whenever that has happened, okay, I feel like this is I just feel grateful. I'm going to say that. I feel grateful. Let's get this one that almost flipped upside down. It says, I'm not happy. Karma, behaviors, people, or situations is playing a role in what's happening with me, and it's hard for me to see a way out. So here's my 10 of Wands, right? And their life was harder before you came into their life, okay? Either they had something that was weighing them down, they had someone that was weighing them down. They may even be saying to you, I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy for a long time. And I don't remember the last time I was this happy, like maybe it's the reason why they ended their last relationship. Maybe they stayed in a relationship for a long time. Even the number 10 is coming into me with the sense of, I stayed in a relationship for years. Like it could have been 10 years, 10 months, like that. I stayed in this relationship even though I wasn't happy. And people do that all the time. So when this new energy came into their life, and it was like from the moment I met you, and they feel happy, it's really hard to, say to themselves, like, this isn't perfect. Because if they had stayed in a relationship that they really weren't happy, people will stay just for convenience. They'll stay just because there's other obligations. They'll stay for a million different reasons, but they don't stay. Sometimes they'll stay and be completely miserable, right? But when they are out of that connection and in a connection that's happy, I don't know, it's just this huge weight and burden off of their shoulders too. I feel you pulling away, and it triggers my fears that you'll leave me for good. So I've been so happy with you. 5 of Cups, the number 5. I've been so happy with you that I don't ever want to go back to this place of being in a connection with somebody that we're not totally in tune with each other, or we're not really always thinking of the other person. So I would be devastated if you're pulling away, right? Either one of you. So whether you pull away or they pull away, it's very hurtful. Sometimes I feel like you're speaking to me in my head. This is true. It's at times it triggers me because I wonder how much you can see into me. Twin flames have a tendency to be able to read each other's minds. Okay. They have a tendency to answer each other's, sentences, finish each other's sentences, know what the other person's going to say before they're going to say it. They're very telepathic. I just know my person's going to call me, and then your phone rings and you say, I was just thinking about you. Like, it's just a constant connection like that, like no other. It's like you're so in sync with each other. So it's hard to understand it sometimes. I know the universe works in mysterious ways, but sometimes I judge the situation instead of surrendering to it. We overthink this kind of a connection because we don't have anything to compare it to, especially if we were in another relationship for a long period of time, or whatever period of time, that we didn't get out of that relationship the things that we're getting out of the relationship with the twin flame. Okay. We weren't as intimate with that person. We weren't as deeply in love with that person. We weren't in fear of losing that person the way that we're in fear of losing our twin flame. So we have a hard time wrapping our head around it sometimes. And sometimes we'll say we don't walk around, like normal people. I mean, I'm a psychic, so I have vocabulary words that other people don't have. But normal people don't walk around and say, oh, this is my twin flame connection, and I would be devastated if the universe takes it away from me. Like, that's not how normal people talk. A normal person would say something like, I can't even stand the thought of losing you. Okay. Or I would be devastated if anything ever happened to us. Okay. So those are their twin flames way of saying, like, I'm so in love with you. I don't ever want this to go away. My ego is fragile to criticism and rejection. I've created walls to protect myself. If every other relationship your person has ever been in hasn't been fulfilling, okay, hasn't been emotionally fulfilling, physically fulfilling, spiritually fulfilling, then there is this sense of this too will end, especially when it's so good. When it's so good, they're saying, well, I was with somebody for a long time and I never felt this way. Well, maybe they were with the wrong person. Okay. So we want them to break down that wall and we want them to open themselves up and we want them to let go, right? And number 9, I'm not going to give into fear. I know fear is only illusion. We want them to let go of that fear. It's okay for you to love me as deeply as you're loving me. It's okay because I love you, because we're mirror images of each other. I love you equally, right? So it's okay to be vulnerable with me. It's okay. All of those things. My children, your children need to come first. Trust that we are part, that is part of our team, our plan, our part of our, well, team, okay, but part of our plan, okay? So whoever this is probably on board for anybody who has children already, or you've had past life, you've had other relationships that you have children, they have children. Maybe we have, had other relationships, even other marriages in some cases. But those children are very important. Those children are, again, if this is a true twin flame connection, which is, so we have one heart, one soul at creation, and then the souls separate. Okay. And then we look for each other until we're one again. All right. So that is what a twin means. If one of those sides has a child, how could the other side not love that child equally? You know, that's how it works. So a true twin flame will take the whole package, love you and love your children unconditionally, which is beautiful. Okay. For those of you that do have, you know, have already had children with other people, you can meet your twin flame when you're older. You don't have to meet your twin flame as a first marriage, or you can meet your twin flame at any point in your life. You meet them when you've learned other lessons and when whether and that power is ready to reconnect. All right. So that's how that works. Also, Page of Swords, you're all I think about. I love that. I love pages. Pages, I mean, I love all my cards. Those of you that watch me know that, but I love pages. I have like a little fondness for pages. They're like trying to move up in the rank and they're doing such a good job and they're so optimistic and they're so hopeful. And, you know, he's putting all his thought and energy into you and he's trying so hard. You know, yeah, he's putting all kinds of work. It's like, look at this, like I'm making a magic potion, like, you know, like it's magical. It's like hocus pocus there, but I'm making this magical potion. I'm putting all this work into you. I want to put all this work and time into you. I love that. Queen of Wands. Yeah, they're very attracted to you. Twin flames definitely have an attraction like no other. It's usually very high chemistry. I really want to be with you. I haven't ever felt this way about anybody else. So all of those things start to come into play. So far, my Aries, this is a beautiful connection. And the only thing that's happening is they're comparing it to when they weren't happy and they're putting it into a category of either fear, I've never been this happy, okay, or, you know, I might be pulling away a little bit because I'm just afraid this is going to end, which is kind of crazy. You know, like you pull away when it starts getting really good. Like that doesn't make sense to me, but that is just people's fears. They try to protect themselves. They try to guard their heart. You know, I don't want to get hurt, you know, all of those things. If I follow you, I could lose everything. Yeah, they get scared. Okay, I could get scared. You're the one that could break my heart. Okay, you're the only one out there that could truly, make me go off the deep end. You have so many choices and opinion. Now, this is options. This is a little bit of an insecurity. They start doing these things like, you could be with anybody. Why are you with me? Okay. It's just a reassurance that they need. I am so in love with you. I need you to keep telling me that you're as much in love with me as I am with you. So sometimes, we need to hear it, whether it's through our actions, through our words, So keep telling your twin how much you love them, how much you desire them. An Ace of Wands, right? How much I desire you. You're the only one. You're the only one I want to be with. You're the only one that I think about. All of those things are true. So that's gorgeous. Spirit, what else do you want us to know? Any guidance in this connection? Where's this connection headed? Infinity and look at how gorgeous that is. Everlasting, right? Infinity. I love you too, infinity. A reminder that this is a divine creation. Okay, this is it's a soul connection, but it's specifically a twin soul connection, and it has incredible energy in it of itself, like no other. Okay, so it is infinite, and it goes through time. It goes through different lifetimes. It goes through phases even in this lifetime. It goes through ups and downs in this lifetimes. It goes through off and ons in this lifetime. But it's a connection that is infinite. It is an infinite connection. I will give Spirit credit for that, because it's a connection like no other. Okay, and that is something that you have to understand. Footprints from the first time I met you, footprints in the sand, your first impression. You've made an impression on me, right? You made an impression on me from the moment I saw you. Milestones. Maybe we're starting to hit some milestones. Now, these 3 candles are jumping out at me a little bit more like the 3 of Wands. And it is the sense of, maybe as we start to hit some milestones together, our 6-month anniversary, our first year together, a couple of years together, then we start to talk about, a commitment or where we're headed next. But it's very, very much came into me as the 3 of Wands, in the sense of, I'm only thinking about our future. I'm only thinking about, where we're headed. Okay, we could be celebrating our first birthdays together, and that's exciting for both of us. That's kind of a fun milestone, like it's the first time we do something together. I have a teddy bear and trauma. Okay, so almost a sense of hold me, right? Hold me. Now, I will tell you that twin flames have very parallel paths. So if you've had a trauma or a life experience, chances are your twin flame has something similar to you, or is very empathic and sympathetic to it, and certainly would take you into their arms, hold you, and help you through those feelings. Okay. But if anybody can get you through something like some kind of life experience that was very difficult, it would certainly be a twin flame. But don't be surprised if they've experienced something very similar. Okay, that is usually how you can recognize that it's a twin. I have sunglasses. I'm incognito. A little bit of I'm hiding my feelings. A little bit of, there's a part of me that I still haven't revealed. There's a part of me that I don't want you to see my vulnerability. I don't want you to see how scared to death I am if anything ever happened to this connection. So a little bit, I mean, we all hold back. I'm not going to give your person, like, throw them under the bus for those feelings, because I think we all have that. I don't, because we're human. But there's a little bit of, I'm still guarding myself. I'm still making sure that, you love me as much as I love you. It's a little bit of a test, a little bit of a, I want to just be sure. I have a 6 of Wands. Okay, beautiful. 6 of Wands. Let's see. Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands. It's been a long journey for them for some reason. There is this sense of, I've really struggled to find something like you. I do know that this is true here with this King of Swords. So they do know that the feelings are real. Okay. They do know that they're proud to be in this relationship. They're proud to be with you. They're happy to be with you. They've never been happier, they had said, right? But they are comparing it to the days, unfortunately, in the past when they weren't happy. And they're having a hard time just wrapping their head around. I lived so long being unhappy. What if this all goes away? And I guess they just keep reassuring your person that it doesn't have to go away, right? It doesn't have to go away. Yeah, they're afraid. They're afraid that you're going to go away. This happiness would go away, that this bubble of life that we've created together isn't going to continue, whatever, because they weren't happy once. Maybe they started out happy with somebody else and that went away. And they're like, well, I started out happy with that person and it went away. So what makes me think this is going to be different? This is different. This is your twin. Okay. It's a different intensity. It's a different level of love. It's a deeper love. So it's okay. It's going to balance each other over time. Okay. Eventually this feeling of, I'm not sure, or I'm still holding back, it will start to balance out. Okay. It will start to be, we both feel confident. Queen of Cups. We both feel confident in this love. We both feel secure in this love, and we both have an understanding that this love isn't going to go away for either one of us. So that is what I want you to hold on to. What are their feelings, Spirit? What is my person thinking and feeling? What do you want us to know? I've been checking out your social media. They know everything about you. It's almost like sometimes you don't want to miss anything. Twins don't want to miss a beat. They want to know everything about the other person. I've waited so long to meet somebody like you. I do believe that. I do believe that. I feel like I wasn't happy for so long. And maybe they keep saying that, like, I've never been this happy. And that alone scares them. I feel you are my soulmate. Yeah, they may understand soulmate more so than twin flame. Twin flame isn't as common as a acronym for describing relationships, but they are certainly feeling like you are soulmates or sent together to be together. I can't get you out of my mind. I always love this card because it's true. You become obsessive. You can't stop thinking about your person. You are the best thing that has ever happened to me. They might say that out loud. Like, you are absolutely the best thing that has ever happened to me. How lucky. How did I get so lucky to find you? How did I get so lucky? I've never felt this way before. They could be saying all of those things to you today. That's gorgeous. I'm ready for this. My son is an awakening. I mean, my son is literally a spiritual awakening. It is the sense of, you're the best thing that's ever happened to me. I struggled with other relationships. I've struggled to find happiness. I want to keep what we have. I want to keep it. I want it to continue to get better. And the wonderful thing is when a twin flame relationship is working and you really truly feel like you have found the missing piece of the puzzle, it does get better. It can get better in time. It's when ego gets involved with our twins, and our twins have a tendency to butt heads, that, twin relationships can become more challenging. But when it's working, it's incredible. I have a six of laurels, which is a six of pentacles. Just this feeling of, this is something I've hoped for, this is something I imagined, this is something I wished for. All of the other person feels the same way. A two of swords. I'm going to work on letting down my guard is how that came into me. Okay. They're going to work on letting down their guard. I think they've let you in pretty well up until this point, but maybe they're going to work a little bit harder. Maybe they're going to try a little bit harder and, just I guess, be a little bit more vulnerable, something like that. A hanged man. Again, the sense of I waited for you. I waited for you a long time. I waited for you. I listened. I changed my life maybe to be with you or to hope to find you. All of those things could be happening. For swords, yep, I took a break maybe from that unhappy relationship. Maybe they took a break in between. All of those things have happened, but they're in a different place. They're with you. Two of Pentacles, I don't know so much the sense of, they have a lot on their plate. I do feel that. I do feel like they have a lot on their plate. I do feel like they're juggling a lot of different things. Maybe they just have a busy life, kids, work. But the bottom line is they're happy. They're happy that you're in it. I don't want to be with anybody else but you with that ace. It's you are the one, right? You are the one. You're it. And I'm going to just get one more love message. I just want to see another love message, please, Spirit. You're the one, okay? I'm not worried at all about this connection. I need to be alone with you. That's nice. One more. One more. I need to be alone with you, right? I'm falling deeply in love with you. It's gorgeous. It is. It's gorgeous. I mean, you're the one. I'm in love with you. And I just want to get you alone, right? I just want to get you alone. And I've fallen for you, however you want to say it, but it's deeper than anything that you've ever experienced. So I always say to people, don't be afraid to love. I mean, that is why we're here on earth. I mean, there's no such thing as loving too much. There's no such thing. Okay. So enjoy it and appreciate it and be grateful for it, because your person, I feel is all in and totally in love with you too. So keep telling them that they feel this, you feel the same way as they do, and that you're in it for the long run, and you just want to see this get better and better as time goes on. And I'm going to say, just enjoy this love. It's an incredible love, Aries. How beautiful. I want to thank Spirit for this reading today. If you're new to my channel, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, you can go to my website, KathyMamolenPsychicMedium.com.